Mall workers forced off the job today. Find out why coming up.
Police reportedly stab a young man. We've got the fallout in a ZNS exclusive.
And former city markets workers take their plight back to Parliament. The National Report starts now. We begin tonight with a developing story we've been following all day. Good night, everyone. I'm Keishla Adderley.
And I'm Kendino Knowles. A number of businesses at the Mall at Marathon had to temporarily suspend operations early today following a bomb scare. Authorities say a call to Going Places travel agency early this afternoon sparked it all.
At about 1:05 p.m. today, one of our agents received a phone call from an unknown caller stating that there was a bomb in the building and everybody would have gotten blown up.
Going Places security officer Charles McCartney says police were immediately notified and within minutes, officers were on the scene.
The fire services arrived, the bomb technicians arrived, the stores were properly evacuated, and all of the employees were put in a safe place. We are presently combing the area to ensure that until it's safe for the employees to return to the store. Thus far, we have not found any type of explosive devices thus far.
When our news team arrived, dozens of employees from the travel agency as well as Imperial Takeaway, Domino's and Dairy Queen were scattered around the mall's parking lot. The bomb squad could be seen combing the building for explosives. Some employees we spoke to believe today's scare might have been a hoax. Going Places manager Diana Wallace telling ZNS News that today's call took the office by complete surprise.
They've inconvenienced a lot of people. I mean, because you have the police force, the dogs came out, the fire department, all of the people who are working on the strip. Everybody has been, affected in some way. And I don't know if it was serious, but we have to take these things seriously. Maybe for a moment there, I said, this isn't real. But it is real because we have a recording of it. And I passed it on to the police for further investigation.
If you're caught, you'll be placed before the law, a court of law.
In other news, tomorrow, January 10th, marks the 46th anniversary of majority rule in the Bahamas. And according to Prime Minister Perry Christie, it could be the last time it's an informal observance. Prime Minister Christie told Parliament today the observance, which commemorates the transition from a system controlled by a minority to one which reflects the choice of the majority of people, is one of the most important events in Bahamian history and should be observed as such.
Let me say as strongly and as clearly as I can that in the same way that Emancipation Day and Independence Day are observed as public holidays in the Bahamas, in recognition of their surpassing historical importance to us as a people, it is my very, very firm conviction that January 10th should be observed in exactly the same way.
After years of agitation, the National Heroes Committee is pleased at Prime Minister Perry Christie's recent commitment to finally elevate majority rule to a public holiday.
Committee Chairman Father Sebastian Campbell today applauded the government for its bold move in seeking to rightfully place January 10th in the annals of Bahamian history.
And we urge the Prime Minister and members of Parliament to speed up with all haste to make Majority Rule Day a holiday, a national holiday within the Bahamas. It has been the recommendation of the National Cultural Development Commission that was appointed by the Prime Minister after the election of 2002. And we have languished and waited now this long in order to hear something again. But the news is most encouraging, and we look forward to it happening.
The Free National Movement is demanding answers from the government on the discontinuation of the George and Janice Hayes gun and ammunition court case. During a press conference at the House of Assembly this morning, F&M leader Dr. Hubert Minnis outlined the events he learned took place when Education Minister Jerome Fitzgerald, while recently acting as Attorney General, allegedly submitted a nolle prosequi, that's in order to not prosecute a case for the case of Attorney General Maynard's former clients. Dr. Minnis revealed that the 2010 case originated under the Free National Movement administration and doesn't understand why the PLP government brands it a national security issue when his former government didn't. The Free National Movement believes this is a matter of critical importance to the administration of justice that must be addressed immediately.
If we live in a country where there is the rule of law, then there should be no problem whatsoever in the responsible ministers giving a full and frank explanation to the Bahamian people through their parliament of exactly what were the matters of national security which caused a matter in which the accused had already been called upon to make out a defense to be discontinued based upon the political direction of the acting Attorney General.
Dr. Minnis also questioned why this case was singled out over the many other cases already in the court backlog.
But there are also many cases which involve juvenile offenders who stumble upon a gun, or homeowners who believe that they need an illegal gun to protect their homes from intruders, businessmen and women who believe that they need to protect their lives and businesses from armed robbers. Even a member of the clergy was convicted and sentenced to prison for gun possession in the recent past. No one entered a nolle prosequi for such persons.
Now, Education Minister Jerome Fitzgerald responded to the Free National Movement's claims in the House of Assembly this morning. Fitzgerald confirmed that he made the decision while acting as Attorney General under Article 78 of the Bahamas Constitution.
As a result, Mr. Speaker, I am therefore precluded from discussing or disclosing any other matters pertaining to the exercise of that power set out in Article 78, which in this case I deemed in the public interest and, as I stated in a press release, as a matter of national security, which this article was designed to protect persons precisely as was exercised in this case. Thank you.
Scores of displaced city markets workers demonstrated outside Parliament today, demanding justice and immediate payment of their long overdue severance payments and pensions. But they have an unusual proposal for where the money should come from.
Yes, it's been 9 months now since their rocky relationship with city markets ended, and now the workers say their patience has run out. Andrew Notes joins us live with the latest on what the group is asking for. Andrew?
Well, just days after irate former city market workers rejected a $1.4 million offer from their old bosses, they staged a protest outside the House of Assembly today. They rejected the offer, saying they were expecting to get at least $4.2 million in benefits and invested funds. But now the weary workers are seeking government's intervention in the matter with this proposal.
Right now is to not to secure the severance package, but to make the owners of the company to pay out the severance package, the $4.2 million for the employees, as well as if in fact there's no money in the company, then the Bahamas government should have regulated the operation of a public traded company with BSL Holding, which did not happen. So what should have happened now is that the government should pay the severance package that is due to the employees and then go after the owners.
That's what those former city market employees were hoping to talk to the Prime Minister about. The group has been on a quest to secure severance and pensions since April, and they want the matter resolved. Spokesman Vance Law Turnquest is calling for an audit to be done on the pension fund. The group even now has an ally.
The severance matter by law, under the labor laws of the Commonwealth of the Bahamas, their entitlement basically is $4.2 million. We're asking the Bahamas government to come up with the $4.2 million severance matter for all the employees at City Market. This is not, we're not asking for anything. We're not begging for our money. That's the entitlement. These persons have worked in the company for over 10, 15, 20, and 30 years. This law.
This is past the level of city market. We're now fighting for the protection of all workers in this country, that this never ever happen in this country again.
These people that are here behind me have been suffering for over a year. No food to put on the table for their children, no money to pay the bills, and it's time now for the government to step in. I am asking Prime Minister Christie to do everything in his power to bring this to an end.
Joining them was Chairman of Citizens for Justice, Bishop Walter Hanschel. He says he's appalled that the matter is still pending and that Bahamian workers have to suffer in trying to feed their families and pay their bills in these challenging times.
City Market was sold. The owners received their monies. Why are the workers not paid? That is not right. They're not begging, they're not asking for any favor, they're not asking for any handout. They are asking for what is rightfully and legally due to them under the laws, the labor laws of the Bahamas. So please, union leaders, Minister Shane Gibson, let's help these people out. We cannot let these people suffer another day.
Now, Bishop Hanschel says Citizens for Justice will not stop in its quest and continue to lobby on behalf of the workers until they are given what is rightfully theirs. Andrew Knowles, ZNS Network News.
The addition of 2 new justices of the Supreme Court is on the agenda for the judicial system, which is still plagued by a backlog which dates back for years. This revealed today at the opening of a new legal year. Fern Carey tonight tells us about other initiatives aimed at establishing a more efficient judicial system.
Attorney General Alison Maynard Gibson believes the Bahamas can have the best and the most efficient justice system in the world, and she gave an idea how that can happen.
Cases of matters in the Office of the Attorney General from 2002 to date reveals that the number of matters outstanding in the Office of the Attorney General is such that if 12 judges of the Supreme Court sat hearing only criminal matters for all of 2013, the backlog of cases would not be cleared by the end of 2013. I ask you to note, my lords, that this audit does not include matters before 2002.
Voluntary bill of indictments are also expected to be filed within 30 days so that persons charged before the courts can have a trial within a reasonable time, while the administrative structure of the Supreme and Magistrate Courts will be revamped and a family court established, according to the Attorney General.
The time has come for us to demonstrate our belief in the family as the foundation of society by the establishment of a family court. The full establishment of the court and its facilities are matters of ongoing discussion between us. Serious consideration is being given to the establishment of community courts within the framework of urban renewal. Minor matters such as graffiti offenses and loitering can and should be dealt with by community elders.
Digital reporting is also expected to be implemented to address the backlog in transcripts. The Attorney General noted that legislation will be enacted to ensure that bail hearings, arraignments, and case management matters are conducted via video conferencing. Meantime, Attorney General also made this announcement.
We expect that prosecutors will be posted to serve in the Magistrates' Court next week. My Lord, while the front door of the Magistrates' Court has been changed to enable the security scanner now to work, the building continues to have problems that are being systematically addressed.
Chief Justice Sir Michael Barnett noted that 2 more judges will join the ranks of the Supreme Court.
I hope to announce in short order the appointment of 2 persons to serve as justices of the Supreme Court. 1 justice will succeed Justice Adderley, and the other justice will complete the statutory complement of 14. When appointed, 1 will be assigned to the criminal division of the court, and the other to be assigned to preside over domestic matters and to oversee the introduction of what I will at this time call a family court. At the end of the first quarter of 2013, Justice Indra Charles will be transferred from the criminal division to the civil division of the court.
Fern Carey, ZNS Network News.